All right. Shit, damn. Let's see how the stream sounds. My mic is way too loud from what I'm seeing. Turn it down. Let me see. Everything should be good. Um, what's up, y'all? We're live. This is my first live stream on the channel. I have everything set up specifically. That chat looks really small on screen. I'm gonna buff that. I have everything specifically set up here. Let me mute myself. I can hear myself and it's bothering me. But I have everything set up here so that everything goes as smoothly as possible. Made chat a little bigger on the stream. Bang. The way things are gonna go is, firstly, I'm gonna of course acknowledge chat. Secondary, I'm going to look through the comments and address anybody who's saying stuff that either is incorrect, irrelevant, or people who are making good, reasonable points. I will acknowledge that too. I'm definitely not against criticism or being wrong. Garou is clearing the cell games. Hey, I would have to agree. Ain't no way Garou beat Mr. Satan. Honestly, technically speaking, King has Mr. Satan's quote-unquote power, where, you know, he just gets the credit for everything. And Garou did kill him. So I don't know. So I'm gonna keep the chat right there. And I'm gonna bring up some comments. We're gonna look at some comments real quick. So let me make sure I got this set up right. I'm gonna bring up the wrong thing. Yeah, that's the wrong thing. We want this. Okay, cool. On screen, y'all should be able to see the comments in a second. Everything's behind by a little bit, but I do see y'all in chat. Appreciate everybody that's here. I'm gonna address all the text on screen. So obviously, questions, comments, and video reaction requests from donations take priority. If somebody asks me who would win Kratos versus Doomslayer and they donated $1, $5, whatever, I'm gonna acknowledge that before I acknowledge anything else. Somebody sends me a video they made or a video they want me to react to with a donation, I will react to it immediately as soon as I'm done with whatever I'm doing. Bottom right is my Cash App. You can obviously donate through YouTube or Super Chat, and that's it. I'm not gonna talk about donations anymore. We're just gonna move on because that's not what the stream's about. Let's get into these comments. Let me pull this up on my screen here. I'm gonna zoom in. All right, so this one guy says cap. He just says cap. Okay, very great argument, my guy. I like comments like this because it's like, what do you mean? Like, well, elaborate. Why is it cap? Just because you don't like my video? Like, what do you mean cap? You said, as far as Awakened Garou versus Imperfect Cell, Imperfect Cell's own martial arts and techniques would give him an easy dub. Yeah, okay. I love Garou. No homo. Obviously, he's one of my favorite characters, and that's not why I gave him the win. People wanted to say, like, because I make primarily One Punch Man content, of course I was gonna give Garou the win, when that's, you know, not the case. I made a lot of Dragon Ball videos, actually. In fact, my channel started off as a Naruto / Dragon Ball channel. At the end of the day, I do like Cell too. In fact, Cell is one of my favorite antagonists from Dragon Ball, next to, you know, Boo. But at the end of the day, I gave everybody their credit where it was due. I don't think I was too wrong about anything. So I don't know why people are arguing in the comments about that. Awakened Garou doesn't beat Imperfect Cell, not even close. Yeah, it's not close. Like, okay, so when I do these matchups, I do like to think of like really low chance what ifs, because probability is probability. There's a chance that something will happen even if it's low. So that's why I mentioned, you know, if Garou somehow doesn't get instantly killed and is somehow able to deflect Cell's attacks until he continues to grow, maybe he can do something. But it's like a 1 in 100 chance. So it's like Cell still stomps. It doesn't make a big difference. I'll move this over a little bit. You know, it's crazy though. I'm seeing all y'all in here, and I appreciate y'all. But all those people that were in the comments saying I didn't know what I was talking about are not here, and I told them to be here. So we're just gonna go through the comments. We're gonna address everybody. Perfect Cell throws a spirit bomb into Garou, and then Garrou's evil energy would get eradicated. Okay, so I did show in the video that Cell can use the spirit bomb. However, the chances of him using it are not only... Oh, my fucking phone's going off. The chances of him using it are probably low. I won't rule it out just because it is a versus battle. Everything in somebody's arsenal should be applicable. But who's gonna give him the energy for the spirit bomb? That's the third party. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of isn't that, if I'm wrong about the spirit bomb, if I recall correctly, for it to even be effective against somebody stronger than you, you have to get energy from other people. Secondly, it doesn't counter evil ki like Wexer just said. Cell can use it. Cell is evil. Dude. It would literally burn through his hands. Like, if that's the case, Cell would just evaporate while holding the spirit bomb. Funny how Cosmic Garou has more feats than Saitama. That is beyond true. Okay, I am underestimating Cell's ability to grow stronger during the fight, as well as his battle IQ. Considering that Cell has infinite stamina, so does Garou from what we saw, because he is an android and his adaptation is on par with Goku and Frieza, who can reach God level within 45 minutes. Okay, look, I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball fan. Somebody's going to have to confirm that. Can y'all confirm that? Is that true? Or am I being lied to right now? Because if I recall correctly, maybe, okay, I think he's talking about how Goku absorbed Super Saiyan God into his Super Saiyan or base form. Right? Is that what he's trying to say? So I'm confused. God level within 45 minutes. So it took Frieza, was it 4 months? I don't fucking remember. It was a long time ago. Goku did absorb Super Saiyan God into his base or Super Saiyan. I don't know. The anime is weird. But reach God level. So God Ki is not even a trainable thing. He was given God, or the original God form wasn't something he got through training. It was given to him through a transformation technique. So that's kind of irrelevant. Doesn't really matter. What else did he say? I love it for, I mean, outpace Garou and find weaknesses in his moves. No. I'm not going to respond to all the comments through typing because I'm doing it on stream and these people should be here. Your underestimated Cell's ability to grow stronger during the fight, as well as his battle IQ. No, I didn't. I frequently said how smart both of them are. I call Cell a combat genius, and I said Garou was also a combat genius. They are both geniuses. So yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. It's like, if people think that if someone loses, it's because they've been lowballed. Maybe the matchup is just a good matchup to begin with. Like, I don't get that. So having infinite stamina is debatable. It is debatable because, I mean, it's obvious. If you watch the anime or read the manga, fatigue is something that you can tell in multiple ways. So like, you have sweat on your character, you have them breathing heavily, and I'm sure Cell has done that throughout the manga and the anime. I think what he means to say is he has infinite ki. Infinite ki not meaning he can use infinite amounts of ki blast or infinite power ki blast, but unlike, you know, humans, he has access to as much ki as he wants. He's not going to tire out in that regard. That I believe is true. But like infinite like stamina, like he's able to fight forever, that wouldn't make much sense, because honestly he wouldn't have lost the way he did, because based on this guy's comment, Garou would have continued to grow, not Garou, Cell would have just continued to grow and grow and grow and grow infinitely because he has infinite stamina. He's not going to tire out. He's just not going to fumble the way he did versus Gohan, because he's going to keep getting stronger even if Gohan's stronger than him. By this guy's logic, doesn't really add up. Like, he's pretty much saying that Garou versus Saitama would have happened versus Gohan, like Cell versus Gohan. That's not how it went down. He was not nearly able to catch up with Gohan in time. He had to kill himself. And that's another thing. People keep saying, oh, if he Zenkais during the fight, he's gonna outscale Garou. At no point did Cell get a Zenkai boost during the fight. He had to literally kill himself. Zenkais occur near death. They don't occur just by being injured. You have to be put in a near death state and brought back. This is common knowledge. So I don't know. This guy clearly isn't a Dragon Ball fan. Stick to Yakuza or whatever that profile picture is. Garou can't sense ki. Okay. Okay. So let's get this out the way. And I saw this last night before I went to not last night. I saw this morning before I took a nap. In a cross verse battle of this sort, and this is one argument of two. Here's the argument people hate the most. It's a cross verse battle. He would have to be able to sense ki for the battle to work. Sure, it's a cop-out answer. So here's my second rebuttal. Garou, with his understanding of all energies and all forces in nature, should be able to sense ki. That is not a absurd, outstanding thing. And in fact, I think One Punch Man in the webcomic establishes there is a power system called chi that involves like your spirit and your overall power. So yeah, come on, like he can sense ki, dude. Like he can sense energy. Ki is just energy at the end of the day. It's not like Bleach levels of power. It's not like a otherworldly thing. Normal humans have ki in Dragon Ball. They just have to unlock it. So he can definitely sense ki. Can he use ki? Yes. I'm not gonna keep on explaining this. Garou can use ki if he sees how to do it. There's no reason why he wouldn't be able to. If he's able to, Pan, a baby, can use ki. And I'm assuming Pan learned this from either witnessing Gohan use it, or through her biology, or by just being a human and in that universe. They all can use ki. They just have to be able to have the training or the focus to do it. In this case, Garou doesn't need that. That's the whole point of Garou. Garou has already trained. His whole ability at this point is just to steal. Bro was just stealing abilities. Garou is a fan fiction character. He's like that kid who wrote a character that was just like, no, you. So every time you say Garou cannot do that, it just doesn't make sense because he's been shown to do it already. I'm not even going to acknowledge that because it's irrelevant. It's a cross-verse battle. Can only use 10% of Cell's power if he copies him. Where did he get that information? Who told him that? Who told him that? It's not true. Without ki usage, Garou's copying is a little bit useless. Not true. If he copies Cell's martial arts and people think Cell's is a superior martial artist, like I keep saying, then I believe it would put him on par with him. On top of that, Cell has like telekinesis, so Garou could copy that as well. That's not ki based. It's like I think people are. It's like no matter what you argue in regards to him not understanding the fabrics and the workings of the Dragon Ball verse, it just wouldn't work. How would Super Perfect Cell even be able to contend with a person that could throw back his best attack at twofold, potentially destroying all the cells in his body before he can regenerate? That's the point. It's like it. Okay, let's set the stage. Cell is universal. Everybody, let's say Cell's universal. Garou, we're gonna use highballs for both. Garou is galaxy to multi-galaxy, uni if you use random off statements. We're gonna use multi-galaxy, right? Okay. Garou is a punch is thrown at Garou from Cell, and what does he do? Throws it back at him. I've already established in the video with proof that he's done this to Saitama when Saitama was eons stronger than him. Garou was nowhere near Saitama's strength at that point. He was a monster still. He wasn't even God powered yet. He was throwing Saitama's packs back at him, despite there being a clear difference in power. So you can't argue, well, he's universal. That's too much power for him to throw back. That's not the case with this specific technique. At this point, and this is why it's called perfected fist Garou, his fists are perfected. The counter is perfect. It's I don't want to do a no limits fallacy because of course somebody who's like low multi or even universal plus is probably gonna want to split through that and kill him. But the difference between the two is close enough that using the scaling from One Punch Man, he should be able to throw that shit back at him. Capset Solar System Plus, it depends on, like I said, it depends how you feel. I think that Cell does cap at like multi-solar to galaxy. If you use guidebook statements, he's galaxy. A lot of people like to say he's uni. People say Kid Buu is uni, and that's closer to the truth than I think Cell being universal. You don't think Cell has infinite energy, however infinite stamina makes more sense? I don't know. I think they explained which one. We could Google it. I mean, here, I'll look it up. Let me close my shit out. I don't know. Y'all be searching up some crazy shit on here. Y'all don't need to see that. Oh, Android, because he's an android. I think it's ki though. I think it's infinite ki. Let me see. Boom. There's a video here. Let me see. It's unavailable. That doesn't help me. It doesn't really say. People are just saying yes, but I don't really go off of, you know, he said, she said. I would want to see like a panel or a video or something. Apparently they have infinite energy. So you can take that however you want. Like that could be infinite ki, that could be infinite energy like stamina, or it could be both. I think one or the other is fine. Both is a bit of a stretch. But I mean, it's logical. They are androids. They're not organic beings. So it wouldn't be too crazy to say that they have infinite stamina. Like they're not human. Yeah, I fucked up my chat. Give me a second. Here we go. This guy's comment is just kind of unhinged. This part is correct. Okay, so why do people keep saying this? Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, Saitama beats Goku. I ain't touching that. look, I could argue both. Look, if guys really wanted me to, I could argue how both beat each other. I can argue how One Punch Man beats Goku. I can argue how Goku beats One Punch Man. You want to know why? Because in this type of debate, using Google for Dragon Ball info is valid. Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to just Google and see yes or no. It's not gonna fucking help. But when it comes to Goku versus Saitama, in debates in general like this, is cross verse battles that aren't between characters that are similar, you can make up whatever the fuck you want, because at the end of the day, people are gonna choose which information is valuable and which information isn't. It's really hard to find somebody who's unbiased. So people said, make a video of how Saitama beats Goku. I could do that. Would it make the most sense? Maybe not to some people. I would have to really comb through the fucking webcomic and some out of universe statements. But it's definitely something that can be argued just because of the way versus battles work in general. Like, it's not like Yamcha versus fucking Goku or anything. You know what I mean? Do I think Saitama beats Goku? I'm not going to tell y'all. Maybe. But maybe I think Goku in base slaps him around. Maybe I think Kid Goku, since he has Toon Force, just writes him out of the plot. You never know. You can debate Saitama vs Goku against a Dragon Ball fan who gets his info from TikTok. Yeah, don't get me started on TikTok, bro. Like, I don't respect anybody who like debates on TikTok. Like, it's a clusterfuck. Back to what I was saying. My mic is peaking. I ain't gonna tell you my mic is too loud. Damn. Cell will stab him with his tail and absorb him at the end. So I know Perfect Cell can, you know, do his little baby shit. He can have his mini cells. Why am I forgetting what they're called? I'm tripping right now. The baby cells, whatever they're called. But can he still absorb? I thought the whole point of that was that he can't absorb anymore. That's why his tail goes into his back. Like, is that not the truth? I don't think Cell can absorb anybody in his perfect form anymore. But I could be remembering wrong, but I remember them specifically saying that or something in the anime. Could be wrong though. Garou can't copy everything. He does in his universe, but not others. You're technically right. Garou can only copy stuff in his verse, but when we do a cross versus battle, both universes are put into one. So the laws of one universe dictate the laws of another. So for example, if Garou is able to destroy galaxies in his own universe, the moment we do a cross versus battle, is it fair to say because it's not his universe, we don't know if he'd be able to destroy the galaxies? That's silly. Like, at that point, there'd be no point in the cross versus battle. Like, it's like when people do Ichigo versus Goku. They're like, well, Ichigo can't even see Goku because of he's not a hollow or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, you're arguing in bad faith. You know how the versus battle goes. You know that these things have to be equalized at a bare minimum for them to even be arguable. And him trying to do this is proof that Cell loses, because he has to argue the lowest hanging fruit to give him the win. I just make logical conclusions with those facts I listed. Logical conclusions with the facts he listed. He made up a bunch of things. If it's Saitama versus Garou, Saitama wins because it's crazy growth. I'm relevant to the video. Garou can copy stats. Can he copy growth rate? No. Garou cannot copy whatever. We don't know what Saitama's true power is. We don't know how he gets his power. But whatever it is, Garou could not copy it. So there is a limit. There's no no limits fallacy to this. There is a limit. whatever Saitama was doing is just, and this is how we can get Saitama to beat Goku, by the way. So this is gonna be funny. If Garou has the understanding of all energies in the universe, right? Why is he unable to copy Saitama's growth despite that? Is it because Saitama's power is beyond the universe? Saitama balanced? Let me stop for y'all if y'all start getting crazy. Look, listen. It's kind of crazy though. Why was he not able to copy his growth? He could copy gravity gates and portals and even Saitama's strength and speed. Why was he unable to copy his growth rate? It has to be a type of power that comes from something higher than Garou was at that point, I would assume, or obviously plot. It's probably plot. But hey, that's why I said a good power scaler, a good debater can argue for the side that's the weakest and the side that's the strongest equally. A good debater can convince you that somebody who would not win a fight could under certain circumstances. If they can't, they're not a good debater. At the end of the day, that's how it is. So if I'm wrong about my video, yet everybody agrees, I must be very good at my research and the way I word things. 17 was already resorting to Cell's form. I know that. I don't know what he's talking about. You don't let me use my little emojis on here. I want to use the little YouTube emojis. All right, let me see what y'all talking about in chat. Yeah, and that's one thing I want to talk about. Zara said this in chat. Technically, Goku did not resist existence erasure on a 4D level in his base form. So, what do y'all think? So, when Frieza used that orb of Hakai on Goku, do you think that's the same as if, you know, Beerus were to walk up to him and Hakai him, or was it just God of Destruction key? Y'all not even in this argument. Y'all arguing about something else. Let me get in on it. What y'all talking about? Let me see. Wexler has a point. So, well, y'all gotta remember, Goku was susceptible to a fucking heart virus. I don't know if at this point his organs are stronger, but bro, he almost got solo by a fucking heart virus. I'm not lowballing Goku. Before y'all get on my ass, I'm not lowballing Goku. Listen, in a filler, Saitama got damaged by a fucking cat. If you want to use that as an anti-feat, feel free to. He's cat level. But what y'all gotta realize is when there's a move that negates durability, if the person doesn't have durability negation as a like, or not durability negation, or resistance to durability negation, then that specific attack should work logically as long as their organs aren't enhanced. Or in the case of Cell is like a bio android, so it's questionable if it would affect him the same way. Plus, he can regenerate. No, Monster Garou is getting blinked away by Goku from like fucking Namek. Like, Goku leaving King Kai's planet. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like it's just how it is. Like it's Namek Goku pulling up on Ginyu Force pretty much at this point. Solos everybody in One Punch Man except probably Saitama. Well, Cosmic Fear Garou isn't a character anymore. That's so. I'm talking about like Monster Garou. You said newest. Oh, it's already like that. So anybody say something crazy? No. We got new comments. Somebody, oh, people are deleting their comments. Don't delete your comments because I'm acknowledging them on stream. I mean, if you're wrong, you're wrong. It's okay. Look, the whole point of this is so that people can come to understand like the whole premise of the video. And like I said, if you disagree with me, let me know. Like chat's going by fast. I'm not used to having anybody in my chat. So yes, yet again, I really appreciate y'all. I'm trying to do both, but it's really hard. So if y'all want to ask me a question or you want something for me to read, like type my name into the chat before you say your message. Saitama versus Elden Ring. Ooh. If I recall correctly, Elden Ring like caps out at what though? Like star level? Sometime I think with certain scaling you can get it to like Galaxy to Uni, right? Usaga beats Cosmic Garou. We'll see. I haven't done research yet. Right now, simple margin, I agree with you. Right now, I agree with you. I'm gonna concede for now. Monster Garou, from what I remember, is like planetary. Maybe Goku was that strong in Saiyan Saga. Yeah. So whenever I scaled, and I'm gonna confess, when I scaled Monster Garou, I had to wank his power. I had to wake his fucking strength. Not really, but I kind of did. Technically, he's like moon level to small planetary, but I gave him planetary. Also, and I'm a confess, I used a panel from the manga that got retconned. To be fair, he still balls the planet, but that specific panel I used, I think they deleted from the rewrite. So it's same difference. Fuck it, who cares, right? So yeah, Garou caps out at planetary. Meanwhile, like Saiyan Saga Piccolo was planetary. So like it's, you know, he's not winning. I think people keep confusing the fact that like Garou's moves are a lot more impressive as a monster, and they're a lot more flashy. Like in Dragon Ball, you're not gonna see Piccolo push through the planet. We saw him blow up the moon, but it wasn't as flashy as Saitama lifting the entire moon of Io into the air and splitting it in half. So people confuse like the cool factor with how strong something is. So, and that's why a lot of people are like, yo, Saitama could solo Ultra Instinct Goku, because look at Saitama, he's never been hurt. Goku's been hurt before. Look at this punch from Saitama, blah, blah, blah. It's like people kind of get mixed up with how cool something looks and how, like, you know, because let's admit it, One Punch Man manga looks way better than Dragon Ball's has in a long time. So I think people get that mixed up, and it's not very fair to Dragon Ball. So yeah. Do you believe some Dragon Ball Super characters have infinite speed? No. The only person that would have infinite speed as of right now, and I could be wrong, are Zeno, and maybe, if you want to give it to him, Jiren. Zeno has infinite speed because when he erased all of Trunks' universe, he was able to move around in the void. He can move around in the lack of time. That's infinite speed, or irrelevant speed, depending on how you want to phrase it. Jiren. So, and I'm glad I have an audience today, because this is a hot take I want to say right now, and I want all y'all opinions on this. So, I'm gonna put the manga on screen right now. I have everything pulled up for it. Y'all can look at some cool panels. How do y'all feel about this? Do you think that Guldo's time ability as a technique, not as a fighter, Guldo's time stop ability as a technique is better than Hit's? How do you feel about that? I'm gonna type it in chat. I have a poll thing, but I haven't set it up. Not as a power, because obviously Guldo gets fucking not even blinked, hit breeze in his direction, he fucking falls into pieces. But if you could have any of these abilities yourself, which one would you take? Because I think the time stop would be better for overall usage, because I feel like Hit's ability is way too easy to read and figure out during a fight. Big hit punch through his heart. Yeah, he punched through I think Goku's chest. Fucking concaved his shit. He made like a little sphere where his heart was. Yeah, but like, do you think Hit can't hold his breath? He's an assassin. Like, he has to be stealthy. He has to be silent. He has to be undercover for a long time. I'm sure he's an alien. Guldo is weak, okay? And if you're under the belief system that in Dragon Ball, when one thing increases, something else does, then yeah, he should be able to breathe or hold his breath for a long time. Could you imagine if Hit during any point in time, during any fight, just held his breath and stopped time completely? He could just throw people out the arena during the Tournament of Power. Like, I just think Guldo has a better ability, and that's a hot take. That's a little bit of a hot take. If anybody's asked me a question I haven't responded, like I said, if you donate, Cash App, or type my name in chat, I should see it a little easier. It's really hard for me to keep up with chat. It's a lot going on. We're gonna go back to it though. I gotta finish this. We were like around here. You know what? I want to put this on screen. This is a good one. Perfect Cell is too much for Cosmic Fear Garou. Frieza would be a better match. So you didn't watch the video. Who is this guy? You deserve an award. If I could pin that comment, I would. Because I read the comments all last night. I was at my fucking girlfriend's house, and I was just like going through reading everything, and I think I responded to over 90 fucking comments. So y'all are crazy. Y'all be in them comments going crazy, and I appreciate it. But I went through and I was responding to all these comments last night, and I kept seeing stuff like this that just showed me that people don't watch the fucking video. You gotta watch the video before you respond, man. It's like, at that point, you're just embarrassing yourself. Like, people will be like, you didn't mention how Cell is a good martial artist. Like, dude, I did. What are you on about? Are you okay? Yeah, if you guys want to debate, I'm going to send Justin's server right now. I'm going to send it right now. Y'all want to do like text chat, voice chat debates? I'm going to send Justin's server right now. I don't have my own server. It didn't really work out for me. I'm probably stick to just community tab for a bit. I'll start a Discord eventually. But if y'all want to join a Discord and debate and, you know, talk to me further about this stuff, and you don't want to have to deal with the chat, you know, because I know it's really overwhelming. Saitama does indeed have immeasurable speed. Okay, so let's talk about that. Saitama, I'm assuming you're talking about because he his time hacks or time feat. I was able to punch through time technically. So I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm a little bit conflicted on how I want to feel about it. I'm on the side of people that really want a character who's like overpowered. I want a character who I can point to and say, that guy beats Goku and there's nothing you can do about it. You wanna know why? Because I want to shake the game up. I want the power hierarchy to be shaken up. But despite that, I'm not gonna give Saitama feats. I'm not gonna give him abilities he does not have, or that I can't argue in good faith. So here was my original thought when we were told, you know, let me go to my live stream real quick. Here was my original thoughts when I was told that, you know, he was able to, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? So originally, when he gained the time abilities, this is before the translation came out. I'm sorry, I'm like fucking up. I'm like, my thoughts are everywhere. Before he gained the time-based ability, I thought they erased the timeline first and then moved back in time, right? And we still don't know what I don't know. We don't really know what. I think he moved through time. I don't think that timeline is still there. I don't think they erased it. I think they just went back in time. Now, him being able to punch while reversing time, I don't know if that's a speed feat. I just don't know. So I want to compare it to this, and this is a character I'll be talking about a lot in the future. Y'all gonna see a lot of videos about this character. Sonic. Video game Sonic. I'm gonna do a lot of videos on video game Sonic. Oh, no. I know that, brother. I'm gonna call you Ekator. I know that. And people don't want to listen to me when I tell them that. Let's pull it up. Because I already have the chapter up. You know I got the chapter up. It was here. I know all my One Punch Man chapters, by the way. So, because people think that Saitama... Oh, okay. I see what you mean. You know what? You got me. Like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm willing to admit it. Based on... Well, I don't think that gives him infinite speed. I just think it puts him above the concept of time, if that makes sense. So he can manipulate time, which is hacks, but he can't move faster than time itself via like fighting or anything like that. Not from what we've seen. But here, it says, the other heroes right before your eyes, you would have transcended time and space to save us all. Your ability to transcend and manipulate the laws of causality is now proof positive that you are a completely flawless sense of heroism, as we've come to expect from you, Sensei. Now, there's going to be two sides of this coin. There's going to be people who say it's Genos. He's literally a Saitama fan, but IRL. He's going to wank him. But at the end of the day, I don't think Genos would lie about this. Genos usually underestimates Saitama, actually. Right here, we do see him start to talk about, based on the theory of relativity, surpassing the speed of light. You know what? Yeah, it doesn't mean that he's faster than time. If anything, he might have immeasurable speed, but not infinite or irrelevant. So I don't think that's true. But he does transcend the laws of space and time. So that would make Saitama 4D at a bare minimum. If you don't think Saitama's 4D, I don't know what to tell you. That was another debate that was going on for the longest time. I don't even know how people can disagree with stuff that is said in the series. Like, they're like, no. I'm like, brother, it's on screen. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into dimensional scaling, Lithuanian Commonwealth. I'm not gonna do it because it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant to the overarching narrative of not only One Punch Man, but Garou versus Cell. They're both 3 to 4D, so it doesn't really matter. It's not a speed feat. I think since it's a technique that requires focus, it's all based on reaction time. Yeah, I don't think it's a speed feat either. But I do think Saitama transcends time, space time. So I don't think he's above space and time. I don't think he moves faster than time. But I think what Garou is saying, not Garou, Genos. If I said Garou, I'm sorry. I think what Genos is saying in this scene is that no matter the timeline, Saitama would have found a way to save them all. So it didn't really matter what was going on. He was going to find a way to go back and fix everything. Whether he punched a hole through time or whatever it may be, he was going to do that. But I don't think he's saying he has infinite or irrelevant speed. Immeasurable is probably the highest you can give Saitama right now. Garou was going to this fight with Saitama's abilities. He would one-shot Shell. Good job. So, yeah, that's true. But he doesn't have them. The only thing he would keep is the move set that he actually can use without being in his modes. So that would be Serious Punch, consecutive normal punches, Gravity Knuckle, Hyperspace Gates. That's it. Could go either way. Anyways, both are Goku's victims. Y'all are tempting me to make a Goku versus Saitama video, the trillionth on the platform. I don't want to make one because it's overdone. But it's just, I really don't want to get into it. Right now, before I continue, does anyone in chat think that Super Perfect Cell beats Garou? Like anybody. Don't be shy. Chat, don't dogpile on them. If anybody thinks that, there's no point in doing that. I just want to have an actual discussion about it. If you genuinely think that Perfect Cell beats Garou, let me know now. And tell me why so that I can address it, or if you're right, I'll tell you you're right. No. Zay. All right, Zay. So why do you think that? Like I said, I don't plan on bashing you. Chat's not gonna bash you, right? Nobody, chill out. So Zay, you think Cell wins? Tell me how Cell will win. Take as much time as you need to type. If you need to type an essay, go ahead. I will read all of it. Because the whole point of this live stream is to have my mind changed or change your mind. So we'll see. So if there was a timeline where Garou was stronger than Saitama would have still won with the multiverse defeat. Damn, chat just like loaded onto the stream at once. This shit's delayed. Let me fix this actually. Chat's fucked up on the stream. Y'all wasn't gonna tell me? Y'all gotta tell me when shit is bugging out. We'll move this down. It's gonna be a bit of a clusterfuck on screen for a little bit, but that's fine. You can go up here. After Cell Art, Goku traveled through. He went to Master Speed feat. Base Goku is relative to Perfect Cell. Perfect Cell, he blitz. Okay, so here's the issue with Perfect Cell blitzing. We're gonna use two different sources. I like to use two different sources. So we're gonna do this. Y'all ignore the fact that I have OnlyFans in my saved stuff. Y'all don't need to worry about that. Chill out. We're gonna do so. And let me say this now. I don't think Versus Battle Wiki is the best source for information. However, its forums do have really good calcs, so that's why I'm here. What the fuck is going on? What's that on Cell? There we go. What the fuck? All right, I'm gonna see if they have a calc for Cell. They don't. I'm gonna tell you this now that they don't, because I remember looking for one. They don't have one. So all they're giving me is massively Okay, so first of all, they're downplaying Cell really badly. And I use this website in my videos, but like I said, I pick and choose what's relevant and what is right. Them saying that Cell is hypersonic combat speed, hypersonic Cell. Y'all, how y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about hypersonic flight speed Cell? Me personally, guys, I'm not taking that. And I read this when I was making my video, and I was like, the fuck are you talking about? So before y'all say I've ever downplayed a character, no, this is downplay. I saw this and I refused to use it. I said, no, Cell is massively faster than light, period. It's no combat speed, flight speed. Shut up. He's massively faster than light. I don't want to hear that. So they don't give us an exact number, but I remember correctly, and we can go through here. Did they have it? Speed. Like, we're gonna go with a, did they say plus? I think it was plus. So at a bare minimum, this is the number we're looking at. Bingo. 1,000 times faster than the speed of light. 1,000 times. It's a lot. All right, so let's go to Garou. And the thing that we want to focus on is two things. There's two things we want to focus on. Good night, Wexer. Sleep well, man. There's two things we want to focus on. Okay. So we want to focus on, yeah, versus battle wiki is really crazy. Usually I'll use character stats and profiles instead, which is crazier. It's crazier, but it gives me a better mixture of other people's, you know, reasoning. They didn't accept most Roshi's Moon Level for years. That's insane. Also, what's up, Biggest L? I've seen a couple of your videos recently, man. You've been doing good for yourself on YouTube. Keep it up. But it's stated multiple times that Roshi's Moon Level, so I don't even know where they're getting that from. Anyways, so where are we at? Bingo. And there's one more that they're not gonna have on here. I'm gonna have to actually go to my video for this. Y'all can get to see the inner machinations on my channel. 19 people. What's up, y'all? By the way, everything I use in my videos is usually in the description. Hopefully I put it in here. If I didn't, oops, my fault. There it is. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, scared me. Thank you for the sub, effortless. If y'all sub, the little thing happens over there. Appreciate it. So there's two calcs that I want to focus on. Oh, is it not on here? Fuck, it's not on this one. I showed it on screen during my video. So we'll just do that. There we go. Boom. So there's two calcs that I want to focus on for determining who's faster. So there's two things you have to realize. When this attack was performed, Saitama and Garou were around even strength, right? When they got to Jupiter, Garou continued to grow, but Saitama continued to grow faster. Despite that, they both excel past where the graph started, meaning they excel past the point where they reached Jupiter. What I'm trying to say is, when this punch was thrown, Garou got stronger than this attack after, okay? This attack, based on the amount of stars it destroyed, as well as the recoil, because it knocked them all the way to Jupiter in a 3-second interval. If you don't know why we use 3 seconds, it's like it's hard to describe. Usually it depends on the paneling and whatever other, accepted calcs are already accepted. So when people did the Flashy Flash versus Garou calc, they used a 3-second time frame, and it was the most reasonable one. So there's usually different time set frames: 1 second, 3 seconds, 5 seconds. It just depends on. It depends on a bunch of shit. I'm not going to get into it. Nobody here cares that much about paneling and time frames. At the end of the day, the attack had to have knocked them at this amount of this speed right here. Massively faster than light. So if we go back, this will make Cell, and I think he is a little faster. Wait, is he not? Wait a minute. $936. Cell would be a little faster by the logic of him being massively faster than light, plus with the feat of Garou, of the attack feat from Garou. Because the reason why I'm using attack speed feats instead of movement speed is because he's going to be activating his ability to copy his stats. That's the first thing Garou is going to do. Okay, so to smush everything together, because I know this was a bit of a cluster-fucked argument. The Sears Punch Squared moved at a speed slightly slower than Cell's attack speed. Garou got stronger than that attack speed and that attack in general when he reached Jupiter. So logically speaking, they should be around the same speed. Jay, I don't see it, or Zay, my bad. I don't see a speed blitz really happening. Is there any other reasoning? Like anything else? Because they're around the same speed attack-wise. Cell is faster movement-wise, but I'm more concerned with the win condition of not him beating the shit out of Cell, but him copying Cell and then beating the shit out of him. That's why I think Garou wins. I don't think Garou outstats Cell base. I don't think that that's true. I think they're pretty even base, but that copying is what's going to get Cell in trouble. So you think Goku traveled through an infinitely sized hell with Pecan. Cell's relative to that. No shot Garou wins. He's Naruto fodder. Okay, so by this logic, Garou was able to move through time, right? And this is a technique, like he was able to move through time. You guys don't know that Garou was able to move through time, because I know some people somehow didn't know this. I don't know what's going on. Where's it at? Right here. Garou somehow, despite dying, was able to still send himself back in time. So not only does he transcend death, or he has resistance to existence erasure, but if you are one of those people that wants to use that as a speed feat, I don't believe it's true. I'm just dicking around. Then he would be, you know, immeasurable speed. But Zay, you know what? I will concede. If you want to use that, isn't that scaling from a movie? If you want to use that movie scaling, then sure, with immeasurable speed and Cell's bloodlusted, he'll kill Garou immediately, or attempt to. So I don't know. Well, yeah, I'm assuming a punch from him would probably obliterate Garou, like down to nothing, so he can't regen. So under that very specific scaling and circumstance, yeah, sure. Is it practical, or, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know if that, I can't argue against it though. So, I mean, you got me there. I'll have to look more into that, because I don't know much about, I know what you're talking about. I know about the, them flying through hell, but I have to like look into that more. I'm not going to argue against something if I don't know about it. So yeah, I'll give you that. Did he turn off the radiation? No. He's technically dead here. Like, he's dead. He's like a ghost. He's like spirit projecting. Pilaf, what's up? Did you say something? In the anime base, Goku and Pecan traveled through hell in a short time, and it was calced at 4.36x quadrillion times faster than light. 50 times that, since Cell is superior to this Goku. That would be faster. So he would still be massively faster than light, plus he wouldn't be immeasurable or anything like that. It probably would just be plus. So about 1,000,000 times faster than whatever we gave Garou. Not 1,000,000 times, like 100 times faster than speed of light, on top of the 1,000 times multiplier. Or you said 50 times, so it'd be 5,000, 50,000 times faster than speed of light, which is believable. Dragon Ball characters are fast as hell. Like, it's their speed calcs are insane. If you get Cell and Garou near equal, you have Cell at far faster, he can speed blitz. Like I said, if you use the movie scaling, then yeah, sure. It's literally up to you guys, what you guys want to use for your scaling for that. I think, and here's what I advise for you guys when you do your versus battles, whether it's with other people or you just do them in your friend groups or you do them as videos, there's an order of how things should be. So it's obviously what's in series, what's in canon, what's in the main canon. Then you have, you know, guidebooks and statements, and then you have like supplementary material like movies or, you know, like spin-offs and stuff like that are technically canon, or they were never confirmed to not be canon. That's kind of the order you want to go in, just because it muddies the water. For example, there's a statement that Garou was able to shake the infinite universe. I said you could use that in my video, but I didn't say that Garou was universal. I said you could get him to uni if you use that, which Wexter actually told me that's not a uni feat, which makes sense. I think it's like multi-solar or something like that. Give me a second, guys. My girlfriend texted me, and I kind of got a little too enveloped in this. Gotta respond real quick. Okay. Once again, I want to thank everybody that's in here, man. This is my first live stream on here, and y'all really turned out. Y'all really showed up for me. I appreciate that. Boo Saga fodder. This dude Zay just be trying to start stuff, bro. All right, Zay, what about this then? What about this then? What about this then? How do you feel? Okay, and I want to ask everybody this, actually. And this is a question that has no wrong or right answer. I'm going to type it in chat and I'm going to say it too. How strong do y'all think God is in One Punch Man? So, and there's no way to really quantify it, but a tap from God gave Garou galaxy levels of power. Uni, if you want to wank him. How strong do y'all think he is? And I'm gonna set up polls in the future so y'all don't have to type out your answers. Y'all can just press the button on the poll. Definitely want to see how y'all feel, because based on what I've seen, he has to at a minimum be universal. Like, there is no shot he's not uni. Like, there's just no... Garou should not have mastery of all energies in the universe from a light tap if God is not uni. Like, there is no way. If God comes out and is like galaxy level, I'm gonna be real, like, just confused. I'm not gonna be upset because power isn't everything, but it's just not gonna make sense. He has to at least be uni, and that's a low ball. Saitama can never lose no matter the timeline. That literally makes him multiversal. Not multiversal because it's the same universe. It's like I said, it just makes him above causality. Meaning, okay, if Goku and Saitama fought, and this is off the top of my head without, you know, applying any specifics from either verse, and Saitama simply went back into time to when Goku's like off guard, or at any point where he didn't just have Super Saiyan God, or just go back to when he was weaker, he can kill him. GG, it's over. That's a very unfair win condition, but it's the reality of the situation. But that doesn't make him a multiversal threat. He's just above cause and effect, which is an insane ability in any fictional verse. It kind of makes other powers look irrelevant, because it's like, I'm above you. Like, whatever you do doesn't matter because I've already went back and reversed it. Who cares? I can hit you through time when you least expect it, and there's nothing you can do. It's like, he doesn't need to be multi. That's the thing about Saitama. He does not need to be multi to beat a lot of these characters. It's a very specific win condition, and most times out of 10, it probably wouldn't happen because, you know, he would get one-shotted by speed blitz. But I don't think he's multi. He's just above space and time. He's above cause and effect. Didn't one say he would make a canon fight stronger than the fanon one, which is already insanely strong? I don't know. God should be uni. I mean, logically, he's God. He created everything in the universe. That's the standard God, yeah. He's a jobber. True. He's fucking blast minion level. He's literally blast subordinate tier. He's fucking garbage. It took 5 of them to compress an attack that was like galaxy level. So God's probably gonna be like solar system. God is solar system. It took 5 people to contain the Serious Punch Square, and it was like a galaxy level threat. So if it just takes 5 of them to keep God sealed, then let me stop. I'm trolling, y'all. Which I gotta realize, the scaling is always inconsistent as fuck. Like, for example, why can people shoot energy beams into Earth on Dragon Ball and it not blow up, yet they're multiversal threats? Yeah, there's key control, but you know what I mean? It's like, there's always some inconsistencies in fiction. It's impossible to avoid. Yeah, I said that, Pilaf. I said that. He's definitely 4D based on that. You leapt through even time and space to save everyone. Like, he said it twice. This time in his head. So he wasn't just jerking off Saitama to get some brownie points. He said that shit in his head, so he meant it. Garou is a cyborg. He can process information like that. The reason why I haven't really made that much One Punch Man content recently is because we haven't gotten any new feats, really. I'm waiting to get some more feats on Saitama. It's going to be a long time before we see somebody on Cosmic Fear Garou's level, though. So, yeah, might as well just buckle in. We might get resistances, and we might get feats for, like, other characters. Like, I want some more Genos. Genos, moon level Genos. But, you know. That would probably be universal to multiversal because he would cap at what the cosmology of the series will allow. If you use Phoenix Man alternate dimension, you can get cosmology to unity to multi. Yeah, Phoenix Man literally created his own universe, and Saitama punched into that shit. So yeah, but we don't know if it was infinite. We don't know if it was infinite. I was unable to figure that out. It appears to be infinite. It appears to go on forever in the manga. In fact, we can go look. Let's go look, y'all. I love having this on screen. Y'all don't understand. I could go instantly back to any fucking thing I want to go to. It was around. Oh no. Around here? No, this isn't it. This is Nyan. A little further back. Where the fuck was it? Hey, if y'all know the chapter, let me know. No, it was further back than this, I think. Yeah, right? Yeah, it was further back than that. Bingo. Found that. If y'all want a link to this, I'm gonna send it in chat. This has all the manga chapters. Oh, it didn't send the fucking link. What the hell? It's not letting me send it. Okay, it's not letting me send it. But if you literally Google One Punch Man Kyubari, it'll pop up. Almost there. We go. It must be a sign from God. Isn't that ironic? This is a mental area that can only be found inside my costume. Why don't we call this Phoenix Space? Strong reflection of my psyche, a mental area. He compares it, the space inside them leads him to the spirit world. So he's comparing his mental dimension to the spirit world. Like I said, I don't know if it's infinite. It does seem to kind of just go on forever. But we just don't know. So I can't really say he was able to create an infinite universe. Wouldn't really apply to... Would it apply to destruction? No, it wouldn't apply to AP or anything. It wouldn't even make sense. I don't even know why I even thought of that for a second. And then... we go a little further. He pulls him back into it. This is a really good fight, by the way. They rewrote it like 16 fucking times. Be there eventually. Like I said, to me, it looks like it kind of stretches on infinitely. Maybe it's like a planet. I don't think, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Phoenix Man is fucking infinite, but my point is there are definitely multiple universes, or at least you could create multiple universes within One Punch Man. It's not limited to just the main timeline. Yeah, it at least is the size of a planet. I'll give him that. And then we have right here that Saitama literally punched a hole into it, and it's a spiritual space. So Saitama already, like, 4D Saitama has been a thing for a while. But if I had to compare this to anything, I would say it's probably like planet-sized dimension, or maybe it's infinite. It is a manifestation of his mind, and technically your brain is whatever you want it to be. You can house whatever you want in your fucking brain. But I think God will probably be like uni to low multi. Because we've seen the introduction of timelines, I don't think that it'll be the end of it. You know what I would find interesting? And this is what I was kind of hoping. I was hoping that Saitama just left the old timeline and that we would get some type of evil Saitama pulled from another timeline from God. That might still happen, but who knows. Also, I have Dragon Ball pulled up. If y'all got any questions about Dragon Ball, we can let down those as well. Close out these. We don't need them anymore. But yeah. I'm looking for the chapter that confirms already kind of that he is Uni. So this is a good chapter, but this is not what I'm looking for. I want to see, I don't know if it's this chapter. It's one of these chapters where Psychos explains how she got God powers. Also, this is an insane feat, by the way. And she spams this shit. She fucking spams that. Here we go. This is... And while she's absorbing this power, she's approached by this thing. Now obviously this isn't a quantifiable feat or like a thing we could really put metrics on, but God is frequently shown to be like something involving something bigger than everything out there, you know what I mean? So like he's shown to be bigger than the moon, he's shown to be bigger than a star or a nebulae, or dwarfing this entire portion of like star clusters. And we continue. Brain cells, structural diagram of the universe. It resembled the surface of Jupiter. Something like a god. Time stopped and it looked into me. So, God in One Punch Man is frequently pointed towards being some type of cosmically just higher power. Obviously, he's God. But the fact that they use the universe so much to describe him, we have Garou with his universal powers, we have the structural diagram of the universe, we have a picture of him as a giant thing in the universe. And even if we go back, let's see if I can find it. Shit, I don't know if I'm able to find it. I don't remember. Usually I remember all my chapters. No, definitely wasn't this far back. The fuck? Further than that. It was around here. A little further. It was when they picked up the cube. Zombie Man's so fucking cool. I'm gonna do a Zombie Man versus Wolverine or Deadpool video sometime soon. Where's that? It was when they picked up the cube. Man, I could probably just Google it. Give me a second. I'm just gonna Google it. This one. Every time we see this fucking guy, he's shown the dwarf space itself. Like, every time. So he has to at least be like universal or something like that. If he doesn't get uni, it wouldn't really make sense either. But, you know, versus Battle Wiki will give him like hypersonic reaction times or something. Let's see what's going on in chat. God in One Punch Man must be insane. I can see Saitama getting unlogical powers to beat it. Saitama might be para-casual. I don't know what that means. Tell me that one. Garou only got a fraction of power. Yeah, and it was crazy. It was enough to put him. Okay, if you don't agree with this, I didn't agree with it either at that time. But at that point in the series, Garou actually did match Saitama. Saitama simply just got stronger from there for the first time ever. He had reached a pinnacle where he was never pushed to get stronger. But versus Garou, even though he didn't take any damage, Garou did push him to get stronger just because of how close he was. In One Punch Man, Adam and Eve exist. That is true. What's her name? Psychos. Actually, yeah, you're right. Psychos mentions that right after what I was showing you guys, right after that chapter. Somebody tried to tell me Drive Knight is not low tier and low mid tier. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry to break this to you, buddy, but hey, your boy Drive Knight He got tired after fighting a cat. So your boy's low tier S class. He's not as strong as people try to think he is. I don't know where that comes from. Oh, here's a chapter I was fucking looking for. It was right there. Another thing is, and I wonder how you guys want to take this. Me personally, I guess you could call this a planetary feat or a potential for a planetary feat. Psychos was fully confident that she can literally become the Earth, so I must say that's planetary. Where is it? She ends up talking about like Adam and Eve or some shit. Somebody does. I thought it was Psychos. No, it was when she was. No, it was around here. Maybe I'm tripping, but I know what you're talking about. She like compares her origins to Adam and Eve and all that shit. Remember that. Around here is the panel I was talking about. That I was searching desperately for. There's Genos casually countering a multi-continental blast. Tsumaki ripping up multiple continents. Drive-Knight being pretty much useless. Wait, this guy really tried to tell me Drive-Knight is not low to mid-tier S-class. He's not like Puri Prisoner or Tank Top Master, but he is not that strong. He fucking got tired fighting Nyan. Look at this. Watch this. Really cool fight, by the way. But then G3 or G5 pulls up. He's like, I'm too tired to do anything. What? G5, yep. Drive Knight, defeat that too. I can hardly move anymore. To be fair, he does say he was at it for dozens of hours, continuous operations. But you're not gonna put him on the same tier as like not Tatsumaki. It's like fucking Atomic Samurai Bang. Or even Genos. Like, stop it. Bro had to fuse with Genos to be effective versus Sakurashi. Meanwhile, Genos was effective against her in 10-second mode. So bro said he can hardly move. Let me stop. I be just hating on Drive Knight and Metal Knight. First of all, y'all couldn't pick names. Y'all wanted to be like real cute and match names. Second of all, Drive Knight, I fucking hate Drive Knight. Let me show y'all this shit, bro. I cannot stand this dude. Where the fuck is it? This man waited till the fight was over to step in. Tomo's-sama, it appears the threat is over. You're a pussy. Help your team. Where were you? Bro could have airdropped some anti-radiation medicine or robot that disperses radiation nullifying chemicals. But no, he wanted to sit at home scared watching on a computer screen till everything cleared out. By this logic, on the alternate timeline, Metal Knight was probably like one of the few he was one of the few heroes still alive. Because he was scared. Nah, he ain't coming clutch. I don't want to hear that. Genos beat G5. Yeah, I know that. I know Genos beat G5. I'm saying Drive Knight couldn't even fight G5 at that point because he was too tired, which is crazy to me. I'm like, bro, come on now. Well, Naruto got more stamina than Metal Knight, and Metal Knight is a robot. Naruto fought for like days on end during the Shinobi War, fighting opponents that scaled way higher than Nyan. But here comes Drive Knight, tried after like 24 hours of operation as a he's a cyborg. He's not a robot. As a cyborg, bro. Don't get an upgrade. Go. I'm just hating. Drive Knight is a bitch. Metal Knight is worse though. Metal Knight is worse. He really waited till the dust cleared to pull up, collect the data on the centipede, and then leave again. Bro is just a leech. He's a leech. But I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop getting in. I'm gonna stop roasting him. But I don't like Drive Night after that. I was like, you suck. Here's a character I did gain more appreciation for though. King is that fucking guy. I don't care. So webcomic readers know. I don't know much. I don't read a webcomic, but people tell me. Apparently, and I don't know if this is in a webcomic, maybe people just are saying it, but I've heard it's in a webcomic. We're gonna get some type of King training arc eventually. Now, I don't expect him to be a multi-solar system, but I would love to see even like a multi-city block level King would be really fucking cool. I'm chilling. The only way I can see King getting any crazy powers is if somehow he has some type of latent ability, which I doubt. I think King is probably going to continue to have his luck stats. But if you want to say King's going to get on like the level of the other S class out of nowhere, it'll probably be via God or something like that. God will probably come to him in a moment of weakness and he'll accept the power. And maybe with his luck stats and his fucking weird ass technique that he uses without knowing, sometimes we'll somehow, you know, bypass that shit. What are you talking about? GT Goku versus One Punch Man? So I actually rewatched GT recently. As of right now, there are no feats on One Punch Man putting anyone close to GT Goku or anything like that. I mean, like I said, if you want me to use my uni scaling for Garou, then yeah, we can get Saitama to Universal Plus. But you know, it's not argued in good faith. It's just me trying to argue the point so that there is, you know, for fun, pretty much. Like there's no proof to that shit. I mean, y'all wilding in Justice server. He gonna come in there like, what's going on? Yeah, Saitama's, and I mentioned this in a very old kind of like goofy little podcast I did with my friends. But Saitama's going to like, so with a story like this, you can kind of guess the progression of it, and that's not a bad thing. But it's pretty clear that Saitama's going to gain uni scaling, and I say that because the progression of the series is kind of cookie cutter. We literally just got, you said 168, we literally just got multi-galaxy highball, you know, stats for Garou and Saitama. If God is going to be a threat in the late future, because right now we're back to fighting humans and monsters, he's going to be a threat in the late future. He has to scale above whatever's to come, you know what I mean? So he has to at least be like multi-galaxy or something like that. But with the description of him being like the universe, and then they keep comparing him to the universe itself, he has to be universal. And this is shonen, so Saitama's going to beat him. Saitama's going to have to gain universal power at some point to beat him. How that's going to happen, who knows? Right now, the One Punch Man manga is in a state of kind of like, I don't want to call it boring, but damn, Tatsumaki, chill. I don't want to call it boring, but it's in a state where it's very, compared to what we just got, it's slow. It's slow. We got like almost a year and a half of constant fighting, and now we're having like just like cute, funny Tatsumaki stuff, recruiting literal D class heroes in the S class. You know, like it's not really stuff that compares to what we got before. So I'm waiting for them to give us something cool, something new. In the meantime, I don't think I'm gonna go through any more comments. So that would beat him mid-diff. No, he wouldn't. Since he has key-based attacks, which Garou couldn't copy, not true. People are all just repeating themselves. At the end of the day, Garou's gonna win around low to mid-diff. Or they literally are gonna have a stalemate. It's just how it is. If anybody has any other reason besides the speed blitz argument Zay gave me, let me know, and I will be here. I'll be listening. But we're gonna go to my community tab because I did a poll. Bingo. And I'm gonna put this poll in chat. I want y'all all to go vote if y'all haven't voted. Bro, it's doing this weird thing where it's not letting me send chats properly. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to my own stream. I don't know what it is. So go to that. I want y'all to go to that poll right now and just go ahead and vote on that joint. That's gonna determine my next video. And like I said, if anybody has video requests, obviously any donations through the channel will obviously get your request made pretty much instantly, and I'll keep track of that through the community tab. So donations through Cash App for versus battle requests, videos, power scaling, or any questions you want me to answer on stream immediately, you can do a donation through Cash App or through a stream. But in terms of what I'm working on, it's all these videos are getting made except the Makima one. That's a fucking joke. I've already power scaled Makima. It's no point in doing it again. But as of right now, it seems like everybody just wants a follow-up. Me personally, Bardock versus Lord Boros is the closest match here. Why don't y'all want to see this? To me, this sounds like heat. Instead of Frieza coming to destroy that planet, Bardock pulls up, nukes a portion of it. Not Bardock. Boros pulls up, nukes a portion of it, saying, "Hey, I heard your strongest fighter was here. Pull him out. I want to see him." Pause. Bardock comes out like, "Yo, you're not going to threaten my planet." Boom. We have a whole plot right there. It's not even just like a random versus battle like Cell versus Garou. You have a true battle right there. He just replaces Frieza. How does it go? Spoiler alert, they both can be highballed to star level. So it's literally gonna come down to technique, and I got to do more research before I get y'all an answer. I'm gonna be honest. I think they literally could go either way. I don't think any of them has the upper hand. I think it can go either way in that fight. Bardock can breathe in space, so Boros kicking him into space means nothing. It's like it's a bunch of stuff that, like, go to the chapter IO in the background. There are galaxies. Yeah, yo, I'm glad you brought that up, Zeno. Zeno, man, you be coming in clutch this stream. If I could, like, can I make you like a mod or something? How do you do that on here? I'm a fucking boomer, y'all. I don't know how to use. I don't know how to use YouTube. I just post videos. I don't know how to use this. Let me see. Can I make you like a moderator or something? Let me see. I'm gonna make you a standard moderator. This will be my first mod I try out. If he wilds out with his powers, we're gonna fucking Zeno him out. You're gonna get Zeno. So use your powers wisely. Don't be just deleting people's messages because you disagree, bro. Don't do that. But I'm really glad you brought that up because people still don't agree that the Serious Punch Square is a multi-galaxy feat. So I want to show y'all something. Let's go back. Pull it into space, blah, blah, blah. Destroys all of this, right? And this is by Earth. This is near Earth within eye shot, right? Cool. We all established that. We all get that. This explosion happened within eye shot of Earth. Eye shot meaning within view distance. Okay. Bingo. Damn, it's a long ass chapter. He went all out. Garou goes back to Earth within eye shot. Obviously, the stars were not destroyed on that side or within viewable. I don't think it's viewable at all where the stars are destroyed. It's irrelevant. But they're within eye shot of Earth, similar to the other panel. Here he didn't draw the stars. He got lazy. Whatever. Who cares? Right here behind Garou, within eye shot of Earth, are multiple galaxies. He said, "I don't want to be a mod." It doesn't matter. Just take it. You don't got to do shit with it. I don't care. We don't need to moderate the chat. The chat's pretty chill. I'm giving you moderator to show my appreciation. So now you just have a blue name. Now you're just cooler than everybody else. That's all it means. You don't have to do shit. Bro, he says too much. Bro thinks he got God powers. He think he touched my hand and got God key. This is too much for me. Look. All right, I'm gonna take it from you. And we will see who deserves it more. But there are galaxies within the eye shot of Earth, and then you said on the panel with IO, I don't even think I noticed that there was galaxies as well. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I used this in one of my videos. I was like, yo, so I was trying to explain to people that the cosmology in One Punch Man is not the same as ours, because they keep trying to compare it to ours. Like, well, there's only this galaxy viewable from Earth, and I'm like, that doesn't apply here because their universe is just different. Look at that, bang bang. There's like galaxies just all over the place in One Punch Man. Like, they're just it's similar to Dragon Ball, where there's like innumerable galaxies and nebulae just chilling out. And it makes sense because there's aliens in One Punch Man, so they have to come from somewhere. So to assume that that big ass plot in space had not a single galaxy in it is kind of, I don't know. I think it can be argued in good faith that it does. As long as you can argue it in good faith, I think it's an arguable thing. Because it's just shown too frequently that galaxies are all over like all over space in One Punch Man. It's not like ours, where from Earth you can only see the Andromeda galaxy. If it was like our universe, then yeah, unless they punch specifically in the direction of the Andromeda galaxy, there's no reason to assume that. But knowing that galaxies just litter the entire space of One Punch Man, they're literally more frequent than stars, like, yeah, it's just logical at that point. You can't, it can be argued either way. Like, it's just, look, they show frequently that One Punch Man's universe is just stars everywhere. It's just, there's no space, it's just stars. Hey, thanks for the dono, man. They were literal galaxies within the Sirius Punch square that got destroyed. The fact that people were trying to lowball this multi solar system is wild. And I've done entire videos, entire threads on Reddit trying to tell people this, and they just couldn't believe it. They just could not believe it. I'm like, bro, it's like, it's a matter of probability at that point. You can believe Goku can destroy a galaxy without ever doing it, but you see them destroy multiple stars and immeasurable amounts of galaxies in the distance, and you can't believe it. That's what I never could understand about certain debaters. They pick and choose what it can be seen and not seen. Razor, y'all calling Razor a goofball? Razor, what are you talking about, man? What's going on? Let me see. What's going on? So what are y'all talking about? Stalemate for sure. If Garou can completely erase Cell, but I do know that he can dodge. He can fail, keep blast with low effort. So what are you guys arguing about? Dragon Ball not being uni? Is that the argument? Yeah, Zeno, you have a point. They aren't astrologists. Somebody said, what if he moved the stars? Bro, y'all, he said, he told me in the comments. I'm gonna find it. Nah. I don't like putting people on blast, but we gotta find this one. I want to show y'all this. This dude talking about he didn't destroy the stars, he moved them. My brother moved the stars. Guys, did you guys know that destructive ability doesn't destroy stuff, it just moves it out the way? I was dumbfounded, y'all. I was laying there, I'm in bed chilling. Girlfriend just got home from work. I'm chilling on the bed, looking at my phone, going through the comments because the video's doing well. I'm happy. And I see some dude talking about the blast from the Sirius Punch Square moved the stars, not destroyed them, not even erased the light like some people said. It moved the stars. Bro thinks that it pushed them to the side in a perfect sphere. I'm like, come on, dude. And people will argue anything except what makes sense. Come on, man. Thanks again, Buck. But yeah, you're 100% right. Dragon Ball is definitely uni. Here's a question I have for y'all. And y'all, please, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. Did Goku absorb Super Saiyan God into his base or into Super Saiyan? I want to turn on audio, but I don't want the stream to get copyrighted. We have so much shit on screen. we're pretty much done with this topic, so I'm gonna erase that. Okay. Okay. So my issue was I always watched this scene without, like, no, I didn't watch it. No, wait. I'm confusing myself now. Whenever I watched this scene, I was a little confused. My voice fucking dying. I didn't know if he absorbed it into Super Saiyan because he was in Super Saiyan at that time, but rewatching this, he's saying it became a part of him. He's not saying it became a part of his Super Saiyan. He would say it if it was Super Saiyan. So everybody I argued with in the past saying he absorbed it into Super Saiyan, I apologize. I used to argue the hell out of people about that. I'd be like, yo, he was in Super Saiyan. He absorbed it in Super Saiyan. I'm sure I pissed a lot of people off with that. My fault, y'all. Everybody on Reddit that I argue with, y'all got me. I'm wrong. Thanks again, Buck, man. It's my first super chat. But no, I was one of those people that kind of refused to give Goku his flowers for a while, meaning I refused to really give him the props he deserved. I had to stop doing that because it's just not, it's wrong. So I was one of those people, and y'all can laugh at me. That's fine. I deserve it. I was one of those people that refused to believe that base Goku during, you can still argue it, during Beerus' arrival was Uni. I thought that he was like multi-galaxy. So I thought base Goku during his fight with Beerus, and technically I'm right. Technically I am right. When he first fought Beerus on King Kai's planet, he was probably multi-galaxy. But I'm talking about during the actual fight in space, I was like, yo, he's not contributing to a universal shaking punch. He's like multi-galaxy at best. This is not me applying the fact that he absorbed Super Saiyan God in the base, because you got to keep in mind, I never watched the anime. I watched the movie. So I was just misinformed, and I was definitely not giving Goku his props. So I was one of those people too that was just like lowballing him for no reason, honestly. He's definitely stronger than I gave him credit for. Now, people that are saying Goku is like multiversal, not yet. Maybe low multi, if even that. It's kind of a stretch, because then what is Zeno? Just like high multiversal, or just multiversal? Like it gets really convoluted. I know the gap between the two is large, so it doesn't matter, but it just gets really convoluted. But I was one of those people that downplayed him too. So don't get too upset at people who downplay Goku. I think it's a phase. You find something that you like more, so you want your characters to win, and you want your characters to be cooler, and everybody to talk about them. You end up lowballing everything else. It happens. But I definitely grew out of that. I mean, part of me, when I was researching Cell, I was hoping that Garou had better feats, but it wasn't the truth. Garou was not, the monster Garou was not stronger than Imperfect Cell. It just wasn't happening. I was like, even if I lowball this dude, I would be being beyond disingenuous, calling like Cell planet level. I might have to leave soon. Oh shoot. The Moro was stated to be galaxy level when he first was introduced, before getting any power-ups, yes. But you have to keep in mind, he got the shit beat out of him by Goku. So it adds up. It's not inconsistent scaling. Moro was like galaxy level, a little stronger. And he did get beat up, but the issue is they let their guard down, and he absorbed all that power and got stronger. But yeah, base Moro is like multi-galaxy or galaxy level. He's getting slapped around by anyone who's not dumb enough to let him get stronger. Yeah, Zeno Goku, I don't even talk about him. He's too strong. So what Razor is talking about is attack potency versus destructive capacity. In Dragon Ball, my guy, because key control exists, it's hard to say if there's a difference between the two. So if Cell shoots the Kamehameha that was going to destroy the solar system, and it did hit Gohan, it's going to hit him with multi-solar system levels of attack. as well as destroy the solar system. So I think in Dragon Ball it's interchangeable. I don't think it's ki is your power. You know what I mean? Ki is your strength. So you're not going to exert more ki than you have strength. It just doesn't happen in Dragon Ball. It's not how it works. That's like a battery using more energy than is actually in the battery. Like, where is it getting it from then? Tanjiro versus Goku? Dude, Tanjiro fucking stomps him in his sleep, dude. Stop it. We all know, everybody here knows, Tanjiro is literally boundless. Above Scarlet King, SCP versus quaking in their boots looking at Tanjiro. Come on now. Don't be asking me no dumb questions. You know Tanjiro solos. You just want to... Why are you making spite matches? Give Tanjiro somebody stronger to fight. You know what? I got one for you. There you go. I typed Zeno wrong. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Zeno from Dragon Ball. The fucking football head ass motherfucker. Or Zeno Goku if y'all want to do that. Equally as insane. Deku versus Kid Goku? Which Kid Goku? Isn't Deku like country level or something? No, we're not gonna use it no more. We're gonna switch. This website, if you want high balls for characters, reasonable high balls, use this website. So he's low multi-continental. Honestly, if that's true, I haven't done the research. Let's look at Kid Goku. Kid Goku. Let me see who's in there. This is the adult. We want Kid. We want Kid Goku. I'll probably have to end the stream soon. I gotta go get my girlfriend from work. But any other questions or donations, I will take them for probably the next 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna head out. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all right now. I'm not ready to leave, so I gotta get ready to leave as soon as I end the stream. So they're not showing me Kid Goku here. Son no Goku. He's planetary at his stronger. Or moon level. I'm gonna give him planetary. They sent him to Earth confident that he'd be able to weaken it enough for the Saiyans to conquer it. I would give him low planetary. No, Deku's not winning. Now, if he's fighting against like beginning of the series Goku, yeah, he's gonna stop him. He's gonna stop him around. If you can't concede that, I don't know what to tell you. That's under the assumption that Deku is multi-continental though. So let's see what they think on here. I like to use multiple sources, like I said, because you know sometimes motherfuckers be biased. Because look on here, they got that motherfucker at mountain level. so I don't know. Goku and Zamasu had to fight. Do you think King's luck would be enough to survive it? King's luck seems to have a limit since he died versus Garou due to the gamma radiation. I think if there's an attack that's not pointed directly at King, there's no way for him to really counter it. Like, yo, this dude Buck, man, what you doing? All right, look, that's it. No more donations, man. Look, this is my first time streaming. As much as every streamer obviously wants donations, it feels weird getting them. I definitely appreciate it though. I appreciate all donations I get, man. I'm not gonna fucking trauma dump or any of that bullshit, but I'm going through it right now. My job is like letting people go, so that's why I've been on YouTube more, just because I kind of have the time now. So I appreciate it, man. Any donations I appreciate. You said, how do you feel about Saitama's exponential growth? I definitely think it's gonna be a key factor in his fight versus God, but I also feel like, I don't know, I kind of preferred infinite strength Saitama over infinite potential. But it makes more sense to have infinite potential. It gives the writers more room to give him opponents that actually give him a challenge before he overpowers them. Now, if you're asking how do I feel about matching him against other people, I don't want to give him a no limits fallacy, but if they can't one shot or speed blitz him to one shot, Saitama can pretty much beat whoever he wants. Like, it's how it is at this point. Okay, so yeah, 10-15 minutes on my stream. Appreciate it again, Buck, man. Thank you. Thank you. But how do y'all feel about this, though? So a lot of people, and I want to talk about this. I'll maybe probably do a video about this, about Demon Slayer. It's not gonna be called Demon Slayer here. Come on, dude. How do you feel about the Demon Slayer verse? Like, not only from like a character standpoint, but like power system. Like, do y'all think Demon Slayer characters are weak? Don't compare them to Dragon Ball. Like, come on, let's not. We're not gonna compare them to Dragon Ball. Compare it to more like a Inuyasha or a One Piece. No offense to One Piece, you know, they got Moon Level or whatever they got going on over there. Yeah, if you don't one-shot Saitama with your first punch, he's literally gonna get as strong as you within that punch. That's what the graph showed us. If you hit him, he's gonna exponentially grow stronger than that punch. So, assuming they mean exponentially, literally by the 2nd degree, 4th degree, 8th degree, so on and so forth. Tanjiro, yes, I was joking about Tanjiro. Tanjiro's not. Tanjiro's not beating Goku. Tanjiro's not beating Goku, guys. That was a joke. But how do y'all feel about the Demon Slayer verse? Do y'all think it has a cool power system? Do y'all think that there's some strong heavy hitters in there? How strong do y'all think they are? Like, if you had to scale the Demon Slayer verse, what's like the strongest you would give them? Would you give them like city block, mountain level? That's insane, by the way. Wall level. Because I'm not sure how they scale them on here. Where is he at? Where's my homie? This is one of the best fucking upper moons, though. What did they give him? They gave him building level, which is weird. That is very weird because even Daki, who's way, he got one tapped by Uzui, and Uzui almost died to fucking Gyutaru. That's dub. Yuck. They call this motherfucker building level when his sister, who is beyond weaker than him to a large degree, destroyed multiple buildings. On top of that, I don't know. This is why versus battle wiki be full of it. Y'all gotta really be careful watching that or reading off that motherfucker. Then there's this shit. This is larger than building level, my friend. This seems to be city block at a minimum. That's multiple buildings. Meanwhile, we have at least building level. What are you talking about? Does it even mention the fact that he just leveled multiple buildings with that? Yeah, and it's like they even mentioned that he's holding back. So I don't know what the fuck that this wiki is talking about. They're bugged out of their minds. And that's not even Wake. It's literally right in front of me on screen. Maybe they're using the manga. I read the whole manga for Demon Slayer, by the way, so I'm not worried about spoilers. Let me say that now. I'm not going to spoil anything. But the higher tiers in the verse are likely around like city level, city block, multi-city block. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil. But if the weakest of the pillars is like multi-building at a minimum, I'm going to give him city block though, because that was a large area of effect. It's hard to see because how pixely this video is. But he destroyed a fuck ton of that city. It's just disingenuous for them to really do that. Meatless Tanjiro solos. Chill. Y'all want to know what I'm hyped for though? Y'all, so if you're in anime only, I don't know if they've shown it yet. No, they didn't. Yeah, no. And this title is very wrong. He did not defeat Upper Moon 4, by the way. Oh, that's a spoiler. Shit. My fault, y'all. It's obvious. They're demons. You guys know this. Sorry. Fuck. But we all know this, all right? Everybody should know they did not defeat them. But there's a final form of him, and now I will say spoilers ahead. Okay, if you don't want to get spoiled, mute stream. Okay. This is one of my favorites. I'm gonna show y'all. This motherfucker is cool as shit. I don't care how strong he is. This design and the way he fights is insane. I cannot wait to see this get animated. He reminds me a lot of like Kid Buu. And I think that's why I like his design, the way he fights, how strong he is. He borderline solos all of them and only loses because of his weakness. But he's insane. So you look forward to that. What did they give him? Building level? They gave him city block. Yeah, it's silly. I'm not even gonna bother with versus battle wiki for right now. I only use them for their calcs and for like a general basis of what people think about a character. And then I obviously do my own research. Reddit and Comic Vine are better sources. So here, let me teach y'all something. Let me see. Obviously YouTube, you can search up how strong he is, blah blah blah. But also, there's another thing you can do. And this is how I actually helped me write for Cell. You type in the name of a character followed by respect thread, you will find everything you need with as little bias as possible. So it just really helps in the long run. This one is not a good example. I don't know why they don't have it here. It's weird. But and I have them on Reddit too. That's why I said Comic Vine and Reddit are going to be your best sources. They have every single panel that you could ask for, proof of everything they're going to say. It just makes it a lot easier to scale somebody without there being bias from the moderators at versus battle. Damn, this shit's fucking detailed. I never actually looked at Garous on here. You know that Monster Garou literally became strong enough to one-shot Platinum Sperm in the span of 1.3 seconds. He literally was struggling. He wasn't struggling, but they were even, and then out of nowhere, he's faster than him frames later. So yeah. Yeah, he was a monster. Yeah, he was a monster at that point. That's why I'm saying people underestimate how fast he is. Now, these cell speeds, I don't know. Speed in Dragon Ball is hard to calculate because everything happens and just happens. In One Punch Man, we were given literal numbers. The author knew we would want to know how fast he was. So he gave us literal numbers to tell us. That's a round of applause for the writer right there. Not the writers, but the artists too. All right, guys, before I end the stream, any more donations, any more questions, any more comments, go ahead, lay them on me. I'm gonna give us probably like 9 more minutes and I'm going to probably end the stream. That off screen. Again, thank you for the donations today. If you guys have any video requests, you can obviously request them through the comment section. But if you want a video made like within a reasonable time and it's like a longer video or versus battle power scaling, send a donation through YouTube or Cash App with the characters you want. I will handle that shit. Whether it's a verse I know about or not, I can easily do the research and get that shit done. It's a way for me to give back to you guys and for you guys to support me. Then of course, if you find stupid ass comments like this one, let me know. Hakume Goku. Why does that sound familiar? Hakume Goku. Who is that? Isn't he like is he from like Dragon Ball Super Hero? No. What is he from? Oh, he's from this. I can do a video scaling him. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna have to do a lot of research because 3 hours. I've only seen like a few of this. I've seen this part, not this part, but like I seen the thumbnail section that they're talking about. I know what you're talking about now, but I'm gonna have to do like more extensive research than that. Yeah, Yorichi's pretty crazy. I don't know about that though. I haven't watched Bleach in years, man. Like I was a Bleach fan when I was like a young kid, so I gotta go back. Are any One Piece fans in here? I'm not a One Piece fan, but I'm just curious. I mean, if One Punch Man has multiverse and the god is a threat. Wait, you know what? I'm glad you brought this up. I'm gonna call you Ford. I forgot it's confirmed that it's a multiverse in One Punch Man. So that dumb shit I was talking about earlier with I guess there's a multiverse, that was stupid. There is a multiverse. So yeah, God is probably multiverse. So he has to be. It wouldn't make sense for him not to be. So we'll just wait for it to be confirmed. Yeah, Zombie Man versus Wolverine is gonna happen. It's actually a idea I got from Reddit a long time ago. It was a post where people were asking about it, and I pretty much argued for Zombie Man. If I find the thread, I'll put it on screen right now for y'all to look at and read through. And it was either Zombie Man versus Wolverine or Deadpool, but in my opinion, he probably takes it either way, unless you're using like comic book Deadpool. Oh no. Yeah, if it's comic book anybody, nobody's winning against that shit, man. It's not fair. Yeah, I just found it. Let me see. That's not it. Here it is. Put it on screen. Copy that. Let me mute my desktop so you don't hear these dumbass noises. Shit, I'm over here fucking shit up. So, and this is kind of a spoiler for the video, but the video is obviously going to go way more into detail. This is just me using respect threads to give a general basis of how each of them would fare. But I think most people will agree Zombie Man probably wins. If we're using, it's a specific version of Wolverine. It's 616 Wolverine, by the way. Now, in my video, I'll probably use 2 different versions just to spice it up. I'll probably use Zombie Man and then Wolverine Bait 616, and whichever universe I decide is closest enough to Zombie Man that it will be a reasonable fight for either side. But TLDR, Zombie Man's regen is just insane. Like, so in the webcomic, one said that reducing him to mincemeat could kill him, but in the fucking manga, the dude is turned into nothingness and he comes back. Dr. Manhattan versus Garou. Yo, people don't talk about how Garou is literally a reality warper. You know, no one ever mentions that. And I didn't even mention that in my video, so I'm a victim too. Yeah, if people at this point don't think Murata is the best manga artist out, like right now, that's drawing manga alive, I don't know what to tell you. That dude is a god. And that's not even me just being a One Punch Man fan. I can pull up any chapter and you're gonna go fucking ape shit. I prefer Chainsaw Man. Like Chainsaw Man to me right now is the best currently being serialized series, my opinion. But even from its amazing art standpoint, it's not as good as One Punch Man. It's just really hard to get on his scale. The dude does animations for his chapters. When you see an artist animate in the manga, the Kakume artist is really good too. He is very detailed. If anything, I would put him on like near Murata's level. He's really good too. I guess one of the final things I'll say in this stream during our last like 4 minutes. All right, it's subjective. You're 100% right. There's probably people out there that think that my little stick figure drawings are better. They'd be insane, but it's a fair opinion. Here's something I want y'all thoughts on, and most of y'all probably don't give a shit, and that's fine. I've been working on my own series for a while that's completely separate from like Dragon Ball or anything like that. It's like its own series. I can do art, but I'm not that great anymore. I used to be a lot better, but you know, when you grow up, you kind of stop doing those things. But I've been doing this story that I want to have made into like an animatic for YouTube, and I'll probably end up doing that on the channel someday once we start getting more attention on here. And what I'll probably do is I'll have early supporters featured in it, like all you guys pretty much that join the stream, like not even just donators, like people who have been here, probably featured in it in some way or have impacts on that story. As of right now, that motherfucker is like 72 pages long, 20,000 words, and I think it's pretty good. I took some inspiration from a lot of series that I enjoyed. 7 Deadly Sins, stick animation. I could do that too. I used to love making those. I took inspiration from 7 Deadly Sins, a little bit from One Punch Man, all the series I like to make, you know, my own thing. So Yeah, actually, I draw pretty decently. I'll probably never really show any on the channel unless I like really get back into it. There will be some concept art for the topic I'm talking about that I'll probably post on my community tab after the stream. If you guys are interested in more of this, but right now it's just a story. It's not like a comic or anything. I know people prefer comics, so I'm probably gonna wait until I have at least like one of the fights drawn out, and then I'll present it to everybody and be like, hey, look at my new idea. But it's gonna be really cool if you guys like the concept of like God and One Punch Man and stuff like that. You're probably gonna like this story. It has like, they have their own like cool little power system. There's a divine God who is not necessarily the nicest person. There's magic, but it's not like isekai magic. It's fun. I think it's fun. You think Garou destroying blast hyperspace gates from kills in the 4D? Yes. Garou blast the all the troopers from Blast Crew as well as Saitama are 4D. Anybody who wants to argue they aren't are literally just being disingenuous. It's insane. There's 3 things I've been arguing probably for like the past year now since those chapters ended, and it is Saitama being 4D, that the stars were erased and not moved away or light was erased, and the fact that there were galaxies in the sky during the Serious Punch Square. Those are things I've been arguing probably for months. Yeah, blast hyperspace gates couldn't even fucking contain it. Same with the nuclear fission punch. Garou was hitting this man blast so hard he had to send that shit into orbit. He couldn't even take the time to send it further away. Yep. But here's the thing. I don't want you or anybody else to underestimate blast. This man was able to still move that shit and keep it contained until his team pulled up. That's a crazy feat. Not only that, at no point did Blast say he was aware that he would die or he would perish, or he never at one point said that. So I want to make sure everybody understands that. Blast is no pushover. He's probably the closest we're going to get to a match to Saitama that's not evil for a long time. Here. The gate can't handle this much energy. I can't give it enough distance. So yeah, he basically saying, and like I said, he was trying to move it further. He's able to get the energy and grasp it, but he can't move it as far as he wants to because of how strong it is. And even then, he was going to go all out and still redirect the energy on his own. I don't think Blast was incapable of redirecting the energy, but I do think it's too much for his gates to handle 100%. Like, he was not going to be able to stop it. Oh yeah, and there's another thing. Blast fought God directly. Y'all want to talk about that? Okay, I know I'm supposed to end the stream, so I'm supposed to end the stream right now. Let's talk about it really quick. Really quick, y'all. Let's talk about it. What chapter was that shit? This one. That shit to me was crazy. Not this one, right? The one after this. Where is it? There's a chapter where they're discussing this one. While Blast was battling Elder Centipede, he came in contact with God directly. He refused the transaction of power and pit himself against God. First of all, what the fuck? That scared me. Thanks for the sub, Nox. Jesus. First of all, that means that Blast does not get his power from God. At least that's what it sounds like here. And not only that, but he refused to take any power from God and still was able to survive fighting him 2 years ago. The reason they'd be safer if only a small amount of people. He came back, he was injured heavily, but he lived. Blast fought God with no God powers and lived to talk about it. If that's not impressive, I don't know what is. That's an insane feat. That's an insane feat of strength. So let's not, definitely don't underestimate Blast. That man is crazy, and I cannot wait to see more what he can do. Like, I have a video where I'm gonna do Blast versus Frieza, Cell, and Boo, but I want to wait. I want to wait until we get more intel. This is a god downplay, not a god downplay. So when it comes to this type of stuff, you have to choose how you want to look at it. It could either mean Blast is strong or God is weak. Which one makes more sense though? God is not, the God is definitely not weak. So Blast is just stronger than we thought. So a lot of people will say if Goku was able to take a Ki Blast from Beerus, Beerus is just weak. It's like, no, Goku's just gotten a lot stronger. It's all about how you look at it. Which one is more logical? Yeah, Blast was definitely holding back 100%. And some people don't agree with that either. I feel like people just disagree with stuff just so that they're not in the mainstream opinion. Like, watch this. Throughout this entire fight, Blast is not worried about himself or actually fighting Garou. He's just trying to teleport him away and weaken him enough. Look, first thing he does, not trying to beat him up. Well, he has beaten the shit out of him, but his first goal is to teleport him away. So he clearly wasn't focused too much on killing Garou or beating him, holding back. And then this happens. He easily is countering all that shit, sending it into orbit, but the gates can't handle it, so they both are sent back. The gates are bursting from the overloaded energy. If it goes on much longer, this will become a dead planet. He's not concerned with himself. He's not concerned with his own safety. At no point is he like, this Garou guy might be too much for me to handle. I should get the others and call for backup. He has backup. At no point does he say that. He is focused on transferring everyone out. Transferring everyone out comes first. So people that think that like Garou was stronger than Blast at this point, not at this point. Once he copies Saitama, yeah. But at this point in the fight, they were pretty much even. Blast going all out probably could have taken Garou, but the issue with Garou, like I keep saying, he's just gonna copy whatever Blast does. It's not fair. But yeah, Buck, you're right. He was definitely sweating. Look, he's sweating. I'm not gonna say he wasn't being pushed. Blast was definitely being pushed. It was definitely not. I'm not saying he was solo Garou by no means. This would be a high diff fight. In fact, I don't think he would even beat Garou despite him being stronger. It's because Garou's abilities are just better. Yeah, Garou literally was killing everybody by existing. Pretty much anybody who hasn't been shown in One Punch Man to chill out in space for long periods of time would just die by being around Garou because hacks. You're not going to make yourself immune to radiation. Like, it's just not, it's not how it works. Unless they've shown radiation immunity, there's no reason why they would have it. Oh shit. Thank you, Zeno. I fucking forgot my thing wasn't showing. So go back. Well, he's not here. And I'm gonna definitely end the stream in like a minute. My bad. I took it off stream because I said I was gonna end the stream, and then you brought up Blast. And yeah, I don't know. I'm really passionate about talking about Blast because people underestimate him. So I gotta let everybody know. But he clearly is not that bothered. But at the same time, Garou can sense energy. So at this point in time, with Blast, whatever power he was at, not going all out, Garou was stronger than him at this point. Mega Shenron versus Blast. How would they fight? Are you saying that because of wait. So you try here, I got you. Let me show you. No, it's not this panel. Bro, these Fubuki chapter covers are crazy. Chill out. Bro is tweaking. There it is. I gotta show y'all this again. This is Shenron right here. This is the Shenron of One Punch Man. Except he doesn't grant wishes. He just fucks up your home. Yeah, Jobbers and Goons is actually a good friend of mine. I haven't talked to him in a minute, but he's really good. He's a great guy. Him and I, we need to work on a video soon. We'll probably, maybe I'll have him on that Zombie Man versus. That's perfect, bro. He can help me scale up Wolverine. Perfect. I'll have to hit him up. Have him on that Wolverine versus Zombie Man video. And if I decide to do Deadpool in the same video, we'll get Deadpool in there too. But yeah, pretty much what I was saying earlier. He refused the power from God, came back fucked up by all means, but he lived. And that's how we got that scar that we see in the chapters back here. But one thing I do find interesting, and a theory people had that was kind of killed. If you look at Blast, he has a scar running down his face right here, right there. We go here. And this is kind of weird. Garou has the same scar. Why does Garou have the same exact scar? Blast. Seeing what I'm seeing, right? It's right down. It's down the nose. You go back one chapter. Down the nose. So here's what I originally thought when I noticed that. Was that because of the time travel bullshit they did, the timeline split off and we got Blast from another dimension that went back in time, but was actually Garou. Does that make sense? So when they did this is what I thought before I realized Garou had died from the time traveling. I thought Blast was future Garou, the one that sacrificed himself and went back in time to fight God. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? But obviously with the newer chapters, that doesn't make sense. Because if you look at them, like even the eyes, I'm not trying to be a fucking conspiracy theorist nut, but look at their eyes. Look at the eyes, right? Boom, boom. You gotta admit something's going on. There's a really weird similarity. So I'm thinking because there's multiple timelines and universes that Blast might just be Garou if you went down a different path. He has the martial arts skills. They were swapping hands. Do I think he's as good as a martial artist as Garou in this timeline? Hell no. But y'all seeing what I'm seeing. I'm glad y'all don't think I'm crazy, because when I noticed that, I was like, why do they kind of look alike? Like even with how his like face is cracked right here, it looks like Blast sideburns. It's too crazy of a coincidence to ignore. You know what I mean? But then it's like, okay, well, we saw Garou die. Blast has no idea about God 2 years ago when we just saw that thing. He should have known about God if he's time traveling. He would have recognized Saitama. It's only been 2 years. Like what? Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff he would know that he doesn't. There's that too. And I'm kind of, part of me wants to hope that there's some type of dark timeline where there's like a repercussion because they use that time travel, where it's like, okay, because they time travel and fuck with time, things split off in a weird way. Because I was hoping it'd be like an alternate timeline thing. Like I was hoping they wouldn't go back in time. They would rather split the timeline. And it might be true still. We don't know. Where whoever was still alive on Earth continues to go on despite Garou. So for example, I think Drive Knight lived. Not Drive Knight. I think Blast, not Blast. What the fuck am I? Yeah, Blast lived. Metal Knight definitely is alive. You know, Metal Knight is gonna have a bunker resistant to nuclear radiation. Like it'd be cool to see those characters come back from that timeline vengeful because they were abandoned by everybody pretty much. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it. Yet again, I want to thank everybody for I'm about to chill. You get off in like 20 minutes. I gotta go. I want to say thank you to everybody in the stream. Thank you, Zay. Thank you, 4ND, Buck, Elijah. Who else? Zenozima. There was a bunch of other people in here earlier. Mr. Blinksy, Michael, Razor, Natty, Effortless, all y'all. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. I'm gonna try to stream once a week from here on out, or at least once after I drop a video, just to get everybody's opinions. Y'all can of course continue to talk in the stream chat. I think it should still be active even after I disable it. Or of course, I'm gonna link Justin's Discord again. Y'all can hop up into there. It's a battle royale in there. But it's nice, it's moderated. It's mainly for Dragon Ball, but of course you can talk about whatever you want in there. I'm gonna make my own Discord soon. But in the meantime, y'all enjoy y'all nights or days, depending on what time zone you're in. Look out for the next two videos. Deadpool versus Wolverine is a given. Or not Deadpool. Zombie Man versus Wolverine is a given. It's gonna happen. But the next video, other than that, is gonna be dependent on the polls. And then I'll go in order. So as of right now, Cosmic Figueroa versus Boo is coming first. Then Bardock versus Boros. Master Chief versus Adam Smasher. This is never happening. I'm heading out, y'all. See y'all. Thanks for the stream. And yeah, you guys want more of me?